Hey guys, Josh from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're in Los Angeles exploring San Vicente Mountain Park. The San Vicente Mountain Park is a historic park located in the hills above Los Angeles. The park was a former Nike Missile Radar Site which has been preserved and turned into a public park. The trailhead is located off Mulholland Drive at the end of a 1/10 of a mile rough dirt road. We made it to the dirt parking area on Mulholland Drive and we're heading out on the 2-mile round trip hike to San Vicente Mountain Park. From the parking area, you will head past the yellow gate and start the short hike up to the park. The hike to the park is on a dirt road with a gradual incline. As you can tell, this is not a very long hike. The park is right there. This is one of those hikes I've had on my list for a long time, as it has really interesting history at the top. The missile defense site was actually used to detect incoming missiles back in the 1950s, and then they preserved it for you to hike to, which is pretty cool. We got some really nice views down towards Burbank and that area from up here. This hike up is pretty uneventful, some nice views, but you're just walking a dirt road all the way up to the park. This is also a popular trail for mountain bike riding, so you'll see many bikers while you're there. Check it out, there's a reservoir down there. I realized after I got home that this was the Encino Reservoir. Eventually you'll reach the turnoff to the park on the left, marked by a few signs and an old guard station. We made it to where we're turning off to go to the park. There are multiple ways up the mountain. There's another one. That's the way we came. During the Cold War, this is one of 16 sites, and it was active from 1956 to 1968. There's an old guard booth. A sign I read said that this sentry post was manned 24 hours a day. It's pretty crazy to think about the history that this place has and how you would never even have been able to get in here in the 1950s. The city park is well preserved and provides an awesome glimpse into California's military history. This sign right here shows all of the different things that you can see at the park. We're gonna head up here first and then we'll go down there. There are many plaques around the area that talk about how it was one of the 16 Nike missile sites used during the Cold War. This site in particular was important because it sat on a peak at over 1,900 feet and provided a good view in all directions. There are lots of things to see and read here, and it's well laid out with lots to explore. It's really cool that this park is just open to the public now with picnic benches and just a ton of history to see. By far the biggest highlight to see while exploring the area is the radar tower that's located right in the center of the park. I highly recommend you actually climb to the top of the radar tower as well. If this radar would have ever detected an enemy plane, then missiles would have been launched from an area about 4.5 miles away. I'm guessing that this gate is locked sometimes, but it's not locked today, so we get to go all the way up. This is pretty incredible. I just assumed that this spot would be off limits, but you can walk right up to it. Check out these views. From the top, you can see all the way to the ocean in one direction and downtown LA in the other. As much as I want to stay up here, we're going to explore some more parts of the park. That right there is what this area used to look like, and here is what it looks like now. The rest of the park is not as interesting as the radar tower, but it's still worth walking around and reading the plaques to learn more. I'm not even sure what this thing is, but it's right on the other side of where the barracks would be. Based on the map, I think on top of here is the last point of interest. We'll see. Doesn't really look like there's anything left up here. After exploring the park, you simply make the 15-minute walk back to the car. That's it for our time in San Vicente Mountain Park. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's definitely a really cool family-friendly hike in Los Angeles. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.